don't think something like this is going to happen, and then when it does, it kind of just screws your sense of safety.
This morning, we continue to cover the dock collapse at the Union Terrace with a new statement from the university.
Plus, what police are asking from you to help find who's responsible for the downtown attack that has a UW student fighting for her life.
And one last first warn alert day because of the high heat. Temperatures in the 90s, heat index in the mid to upper 90s, but some relief is on the way.
Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. We hope you had a good long weekend. I'm Leah Lynch.
I'm Chris Stanford. Appreciate you joining us. Kelly Slifka's talking about one more day of this unbearably warm weather. We've got a nice cool down.
Yeah,
refreshing.
You're going to need the sweatshirts by the later part of this week. In fact, temperatures this morning have been in the 70s, and later this week we might actually struggle to get into the 70s for afternoon highs. That will not be the case today because we do have one last first warn alert day because of that high heat. Heat index up to the mid to upper 90s. The actual temperature, a record high is 93, forecasting a high of 92. All of southern Wisconsin going to have to deal with one more hot day before we get some relief. Temperature starting out muggy this morning, 75 here in Madison. We have a southerly breeze that may provide some relief if you're in the shade. Heat advisory is not here because we're not quite getting up that heat index up to a 100. But near the Mississippi River as you get toward Viroqua, La Crosse, heat indices will be flirting with triple digits going into the afternoon. Temperatures today in the 80s quickly this morning into the afternoon. Probably see a band of some clouds roll in, and then we'll get into more sunshine later this afternoon as we soar into the lower 90s. A southerly wind up there at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Kids headed off to the bus stop, definitely going to need to dress appropriately because it's going to be very steamy off to school. Temperatures in the 70s this morning with the muggy conditions. Headed home, that heat index in the mid to upper 90s. More than that, chance of some rain tonight and also some cooler temperatures coming up.
All right, Kelly. Hey, folks, if you are looking for a place to stay cool today, there are some cooling centers that are open. Libraries in Wanakee, Middleton, Verona, and Madison are all serving as cooling centers. Wanakee, Middleton, and Verona libraries open at 9 o'clock. Most in Madison open at 9 or 10. You can find more information on the cooling centers by going to Madison.com under news and updates.
All right, now to some wild video from the Union Terrace. Dozens of people sent into the water after a pier collapsed.
What were they all doing on there? I mean, this video, Shane Hogan has been covering this for us this morning. We're getting some more information from the university.
Yep.
I mean, just look at all those people.
Yeah, just look at this video here for a second. It's going to play a few times. Some 60 to 80 people. That's what the university and first responders are estimating. We're on that pier after, then crashing into Lake Mendota after that pier collapsed yesterday. Now, the call for a water rescue came in for multiple departments. This happened around 2:30 yesterday afternoon. One person was transported to a hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. 5 others reported injuries as well, but were treated on scene. Now, students already thinking about that next hot day in Madison, hoping something like this doesn't happen again.
I guess this is sometimes what happens when there's a really big day of heat in the summer at Wisconsin. We should maybe put a capacity limit on the dock in the future.
Well, here's a statement from the university. It reads in part, quote, "The swimming area was not staffed by lifeguards, and at the time of the collapse, the pier is currently closed and UW-Madison will investigate what occurred." Interestingly enough, guys, the university says the pier was due to be removed today for the end of the summer season. So just one day after this collapse happened. Obviously, things could have gone a lot differently here, but you just see the amount of people on this pier, 60 to 80 people. It's not surprising like something like this happened, but it'll be interesting to see what the university says this week as they continue to look into this. But thankfully, only one injury. That person seems to be doing okay. They were taken to the hospital, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, Chris is right. I mean, it is so unusual for people to be packed like sardines like that on the pier. We'll be asking some follow-up questions of the university this morning. Shane Hogan, thank you very much. We are following an update this morning on a breaking news story from the weekend. A UW-Madison student is in the hospital with life-threatening injuries after an attack early Sunday morning. Someone in the area of Brittingham Beach found her badly beaten at the corner of Bedford and Wilson Streets after 3 a.m. Police say they believe this attack was random, but they won't know for sure until they can speak with the victim. They're asking for people in the area to help them out. If anybody has doorbell camera footage from the area between 2 and 4 in the morning, you should contact police. We continue to ask police for updates on this important safety story. We're going to bring them to you in real time over on our News 3 Now News app.
To our back-to-school coverage now, and the first day of classes for all students in the Madison School District.
Josh Breider is live at Chavez Elementary. Josh, it's going to be a hot day for these kids.
Yeah, the first day of school not really feeling much like it, as we've been talking about the heat and those heat indices all morning. Kind of flirting with that dangerous level here. So live outside of Chavez Elementary School here at the Madison School District, they're lucky enough to have air conditioning here, but a lot of the other schools do not. So MMSD is being proactive. They are providing cooling stations at those schools that do not have them. And what that means is that is a shared space, typically a library that does have air conditioning. They're going to have a rotating schedule, making sure that all of the students get a chance to have a shot at that air conditioning. They're also going to be providing water bottles for those stations as well, to be able to make sure that kids are staying hydrated. And all of the districts or schools here within the district now have water bottle filling stations. So they're trying to be proactive, keeping people cool, keeping people hydrated as well. Coming up here in about 10 minutes, we're going to be speaking to the Deputy Superintendent of the Madison School District about his excitement for the first day and his best advice for students and parents. Guys, back to you.
All right, talk to you then. Josh Breider, thanks a lot. Meantime, school board members across the state can do something new this year. They can now serve as bus drivers in both volunteer and paid positions for their districts. It's all thanks to a bill that came to be after school board members in New Glarus and Middleton Cross Plains tried volunteering as bus drivers, but then realized the state doesn't allow it. Here's what one of the state senators sponsoring the bill had to say about it.
This small bill makes a huge difference in the lives of those students that may not be able to participate in their extracurricular activities.
Governor Evers signed the bill earlier in the summer to address the need for more bus drivers. Before the bill became law, board members could only serve as volunteer coaches.
All right, let's take a live look now at EarthCam's view of the Brooklyn Bridge this morning. The bridge just a couple miles from where the U.S. Open is happening today. The tennis tournament takes place at Arthur Ashe Stadium in Flushing, Queens. It runs through the 10th. 5 more days here. Fans and players are gathering despite facing temperatures similar to what we've been seeing here in Wisconsin. Temperatures in New York on Labor Day reached 90 degrees. It's about 10 degrees higher than they'd normally see this weekend. Still, people from around the world are in Flushing to be a part of the Grand Slam.
It's doable when you have a fan.
Today, teen tennis player Coco Gauff takes the court. Gauff is the first teenage American player to reach the U.S. Open quarterfinals 2 years in a row since Serena Williams.
A fun day on the grounds of the Madison Labor Temple yesterday. The South Central Federation of Labor hosted Labor Fest 23. The Federation of Labor is an umbrella organization made up of more than 100 private and public sector unions in the region. Workers gathered celebrating the holiday's roots.
When you look at the list of everything labor unions have done for this country as far as like family and medical leave and the weekend and the 8-hour workday, I mean, I don't know if people just don't realize it, but I'm happy that unions are having a resurgence.
The idea for a day to celebrate workers came after unions and activists fought for better treatment amid low wages, long hours, and unsafe working conditions. The Department of Labor says the first Labor Day was actually celebrated on a Tuesday, September 5th, 1882.
Learning something new this morning. Hey, in Green Bay, a Labor Day tradition lives on. Every year, Packers fans paint the fence across Lambeau Field, setting the tone for each new season. This year, Packers president and CEO Mark Murphy went to the fence to meet fans and add some of his own green and gold for good luck.
This is really pretty special. To me, it kind of highlights the special connection between our fans and the organization. And I'm always very excited to see what the slogan is. So I figured there would be something with love this year.
Of course, referencing new quarterback Jordan Love, the fence reads, "The new pack is a love affair." The owner's also taking time to honor the longtime homeowner here, the late Fred Harsh. Harsh led this tradition for 20 years.
That's a cool one. It's part of what makes Green Bay Green Bay.
We love it.
We do. Coming up, the Badgers might have won their first game on Saturday, but Luke Fickell, the new head coach, he's already talking about some room for improvement. We'll hear from the coach when we come back.
And we're live in Madison for the first day of school. Coming up, we're talking about that first day of school advice and also what they're doing to prepare you for the extreme heat. That's next.
last of summer will draw you in at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's like a magnet, but for people.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Hello, I'm Tommy Van Ness from the Tommy Van Ness Realty Group. The Tommy Van Ness team has a real passion for real estate and would love to work with you on buying and selling your house. We are a multi-award winning team with over $500 million in sales.
Our strong work ethic and negotiation skills will help guide you through the buying or selling process. If you're considering buying or selling in 2023, now is the time.
Why settle for less? Call Tommy Van Ness.
There are moments in life, special moments, moments to share, moments to celebrate. Share the love. Celebrate the moment.
Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
I know what it's like to perform through pain. If you're like me, one of the millions suffering from pain caused by migraine, Nurtec ODT may help. It's the only medication that can treat a migraine when it strikes and prevent migraine attacks. Treat and prevent all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
We're in this together. Talk to a doctor about Nurtec ODT.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they had a mode to help us actually connect? Introducing Us Mode, a mode that makes our phones less distracting, so we can focus on quality time. So the notifications we get are the ones that matter. So we're never distracted from what's most important. Visit US Cellular in-store or online to set up Us Mode for free, even if you're not a customer. US Cellular, built for us.
Mark, a little help here?
Oh, keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast. Feldco will be here for your home renewal needs. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free, plus no interest until 2025. And we'll get it done Feldco fast. Buy one window, get one free, and soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
The last of summer will draw you in at Toyota's National Sales Event. It's like a magnet, but for people.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
We're in the 608 this morning for the first day of school for a lot of students across the area.
That includes folks here in Madison. Josh Breider live at Chavez Elementary, where they officially head back to the classroom today. Hey, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Happy first day of school. I can't believe that we are already talking about a brand new school year. Summer went so fast this year, but Labor Day is come and gone, and that means most students across southern Wisconsin are heading back, including the Madison Metropolitan School District. We're live outside of Chavez Elementary with the Deputy Superintendent of MMSD, Dr. TJ McCrae. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Did you get any sleep last night?
Just a little.
Just a little bit. I mean, you have those first day excitement, not necessarily jitters, but it's always kind of a first day mentality for you.
Always. But yes, I do. I've been having them for a while, just thinking up, leading up into this day. Just so many wondering, will all of our students get to school on time this morning? Will we have enough teachers in place? With the heat here, water is going to be delivered. So there's a lot of things that we're thinking about and wondering. But most importantly, we're excited just to be able to have our students back with us.
Yeah, from the moment that kids go home for the summer, you guys start planning ahead for the new school year.
Correct. We've been at this for a while, and whether it's operational, who's been doing a wonderful job with a lot of our referendum work, our custodians who've been turning schools. Summer school ended, then they go right to cleaning schools, get ready for the fall. Welcome back from our teachers with professional learning. So it's just a constant sense of us moving and preparing for the beginning of the school year.
So let's talk a little bit about the heat today, because obviously this is a pretty unusual for this time of the year. and you guys are being proactive. Chavez Elementary, lucky enough to have air conditioning, but most schools do not a part of MSD.
They don't, but what we do have is what we call our cooling stations. Those are going to be places within our buildings where students are able to rotate in and out of those spaces to stay cool. We also have been doing a lot of good work of ensuring that all of our buildings have water filling stations, and so we're excited about that. In addition, because of the heat, what we've done is order bottled water for our buildings to ensure that students and staff have access to water today as we bringing on the heat.
Yeah, and probably some good advice for parents, maybe send an extra water bottle with kids as they head off to school.
Absolutely, but if they should forget, don't worry, because we will have the bottled water for them here.
That's great. All right, so as far as advice, I know I remember this too. That first day was always a little nerve-wracking. You know, for your students watching this morning, what would you tell them?
Keep the excitement that you have. I think that that's the biggest thing, is that the beginning of the school year, the students are excited to meet their teachers, to see their friends who they haven't seen over the course of the year. But then around week 3, that kind of dies down. Hold on to that excitement to get you through the year. Winter is coming. You're going to need that excitement. So just something to hold on to make sure they hold on for it as we begin to take on this academic school year.
Yeah, and only if we could keep that heat for the winter time too.
Yes, let's bottle it up.
Seriously. Well, Dr. TJ McCray, Deputy Superintendent, we appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you so much.
And of course, we are your back-to-school resource here on News 3 Now this morning. You can go up to our website. We have a tab with everything you need to know, all of our coverage leading up to this first day of school, guys.
Yeah, again, they're going to have water bottles available for students and staff and rotating them around the areas of the school with air conditioning. A lot of those schools, parts do and parts don't have air conditioning. Good to hear. Josh Breider live this morning. Thanks, Josh.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out to him on social media or shoot him an email.
Yeah, Kelly Slifka, what are we going to top out at today?
You know, it looks like we'll be up to about 92, the actual temperature, but when you factor in the humidity, it's going to feel a little bit worse than that. And it looks like it's going to be just as the kids are headed home from school. We typically get the highest temperature of the day around 4 o'clock or so, at least this time of the year. And so the peak heat index here in Madison up to 96. And once again, that'll be right around 4 o'clock as our actual temperature hits 92. The dew point is 66. It's not the 70s like we had a couple weeks ago, but still enough to create a high enough heat index to cause some problems this afternoon. Therefore, we do have the first warn alert day today, all of southern Wisconsin. Our record high today is 93. We're forecasting a high of 92. But when you factor in the humidity, it will feel like the mid to upper 90s. And don't forget about the fire danger. Obviously, with the ongoing drought, we had all the heat this weekend, just basically sucked all the moisture out of whatever we had in some of the vegetation. So it's pretty crispy out here in that high fire danger today. All right, this will be the last day of the high heat, though. Definitely going to be changing over the next couple of days. With that, we do have a chance of some showers. Now, unfortunately, it's not looking like a whole lot of rain out of this, but there is a chance of some showers later tonight. This will be after dark. And then we are talking about cooler temperatures for the rest of the week. But today, the only relief we'll get is a southerly wind. That'll be up there at 10 to 20 miles per hour. So if you're in the shade, bearable. Afternoon highs in the lower 90s. Make sure you take frequent breaks if you have to work out in these kind of conditions, because we do have the southerly wind out ahead of that front that's marching across Minnesota. It's kind of a slow-moving front because it has to nudge right into that heat dome. But once we get the cooler weather, you can see tomorrow we're at about 78, but I wouldn't even doubt if those temperatures don't fall throughout the afternoon. And you can see the weekend looks nice, upper 70s. Then we cool it down with another front with upper 60s to around 70 early next week. 75 in Madison, also Janesville, Lone Rock at 74. A muggy start to the morning. Wanakee at 72. Same goes for Sun Prairie and Verona. We'll call it partly sunny today. I think we will actually have a band of clouds go through. This might help a little bit as we get into the early afternoon hours before that sun reappears later this afternoon as we get up to that 92-degree temperature today. Off to the west, you can see some showers and storms toward La Crosse. Some of those may scoot through the area, but a lot of these will weaken toward the midnight hour, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And then we will see that cooler weather move in going into tomorrow afternoon. 78 tomorrow, some much cooler weather. Grab the sweatshirts over the next several days to round out this week. Upper 60s overnight, lows dropping in the 50s. A little warmer this weekend, upper 70s Saturday and Sunday.
This Saturday, there might have been more energy at Camp Randall for the beginning of the Luke Fickell era than ever before. To top it all off, the team won the game. All the focus, though, was on Luke Fickell. But still, after the game, he wasn't all that fired up. He felt like his Badgers did a good job on a lot of things in their 38-17 win over Buffalo, but he also knows they've got a lot of screws to tighten before week 2.
And deep down inside, I just felt like we were sloppy. And I think that's where, to me, it's hard to be really, really excited when you just don't play the sound way. But there's some great things as well. I mean, I think that obviously the way we ran the football is to be noted for sure. There's a lot of really good things to build upon. And as we go into this week, we're going to definitely build upon those things.
Speaking of, the Packers are set to begin a new era of their own when they open their season in Chicago against the Bears this Sunday. And finally, we'll get the answer to the question we all have: how will Jordan Love do? He's got some awfully big shoes to fill, but he's not focused on any of that right now. For him, he wants to start fast and focus on what he can control.
Everyone's excited for, the season start for week 1. Obviously, playing the Bears, which is our rival, have all of our focus ready to go for the game, starting fast. I mean, that's every day. It's every practice. You got to put a conscious effort that, we're going to start fast, make plays right from the get-go, but it's all about focus, how you have your focus and your mind right.
Brewers on the road playing the Pirates last night. Bases loaded in the second inning, and Victor Caratini elevates a fly ball well deep enough to score the Brewers' first run of the game. A batter later, they'd add another sacrifice fly. That's unselfish baseball. They'd have a 2-0 lead, but then in the 5th, game's tied at 2 apiece, and Cabrian Hayes just barely squeaks one out of the yard. The solo shot gave Pittsburgh the lead, and they'd never give it back. The Brewers have had just one extra base hit last night, and they lost 4-2. That's your morning sports fix. Have a tremendous Tuesday.
You too, Andrew. Still ahead, wine and France usually go hand in hand. Coming up next, why the country's now destroying millions of gallons of wine.
Say it ain't so. We're back after this.
Watch News 3 now at 6 with Eric, Charlotte, Gary, and Zach. Weeknights.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, yes! Everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. And that's why they all start dancing. Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Elevate your savings at the Century House. Right now, buy stressless recliners, sofas, and office chairs and earn up to $1,500 credit toward the purchase of additional stressless furniture. Or receive $400 off the purchase of any stressless signature base or cross-base recliner and ottoman. Don't wait. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Choosing a treatment for your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, can be overwhelming. So ask your doctor about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start. It's the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. So far, more than 5 million Botox treatments have been given to over 850,000 chronic migraine patients.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they'd talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
You need to lend a helping hand when you wake up. Just know that we're always there.
Dean Health Plan by Medica, right here with you.
The spring could just break. Precision is there to help.
We have fully stocked vehicles to fix any problem you'd have that same day, and we are all over the Madison area.
You're just one phone call away from getting your garage door fixed today.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
This is Matt Gunderson. We recently celebrated the life of Margaret, who never let a cookie jar run empty. Her service was cookie-themed, with everyone enjoying her tasty treats. Allow us to personalize every detail of a life well lived.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, yes! everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. And that's why they all start dancing. Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Welcome back. Let's take a peek at Kevin's morning. These boys pretty jealous of the links. Oh. The look of the links. Huh?
I don't even really golf. I'm terrible.
So am I.
Gosh, there's nothing better than being on a golf course on a nice day.
It's okay, everybody's terrible. Nobody's
okay. Hey, thanks.
It's part of the game, right?
It sure is.
The only good ones out there we see on TV.
I bet Kevin's pretty good.
I bet he is.
He's good at taking pictures, we know that. Thanks for sharing your photo. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning when you post on social media. We'll share our favorites.
All right, Shane is here with the trending story of the day.
All right, we've got a good story out of France today. The country is drowning in a surplus of wine.
What?
And apparently this is a problem. Now, the country has a surplus of 80 million gallons of wine. So now they're paying millions of dollars to destroy it. The process involves distilling it into pure alcohol so they can use it for cleaning products and perfumes, stuff like that. Now, the reason is because it's getting more costly to produce the wine and the French are consuming less of it. So winemakers have such a surplus that they can't charge enough to make a profit. That's why there's an issue.
Interesting. It doesn't make sense to me.
I agree with that.
Couldn't you just sell it anyway?
What I said was, wine, it's not like it's going bad.
It gets better with age.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if there's a reason why it spoils or something, you know, if it's so freshly made, I don't know. I'm not really understanding.
Bunch of winemakers over here.
Yeah, we're the experts. But hey, I'll post our address and they can send it right to us. How about that?
All right, thanks. Hey, here's a shot outside of Cesar Chavez Elementary. We're live ahead of the first day. Next.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Join Ortho Team Clinic's Dr. Ashish M. Raval on September 14th to learn about the causes of shoulder pain and pain relief options. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
For muscle cramps and spasms, TheraWorks absorbs quickly for relief. So get back at it.
TheraWorks works.
For fast muscle relief, TheraWorks works. Try TheraWorks and get back at it.
Culligan Water takes pride in being your local water experts. We live here, work here, and dedicate our lives to improving our area's water. We deliver the world's best water treatment and the industry's best service to you. Culligan Water, your local water experts.
16 years from today, Greg Gerstner will finally land the perfect cannonball. Unsuspecting friends? Check. Epic water displacement? Big check. A work of art that's only possible because Greg is already meeting all these same people at AARP volunteer and community events. They'll keep Greg active, involved, and mischievous, and help make sure his happiness lives as long as he does. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
You've got this. Whatever it is, you're ready for it. Your newly purchased defenses, top of the line. Your backup, backing up. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So if your new house still has some old tenants, we'll make sure your checking account won't be giving you any surprises. You've got this with Associated Bank.
At Fearing's Audio Video Security, our people, vision, and values drive superior technology solutions that result in great customer experiences. Choosing the right technology solutions can be daunting. From consultation and design to installation and support of your AV and security systems, our team communicates and guides each step. Fearing's Audio Video Security, making a difference for our customers and our world. Visit fearings.com.
I'm the one and only Spider-Man. At least that's what I thought.
Remember, what makes you different is what makes you Spider-Man.
At Overture Center October 4th. Tickets at overture.org.
What do we always say, son? Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
They only pay for what you need.
That's my boy.
Stay off the freeways.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Join Ortho Teen Clinic's Dr. Ashish M. Raval on September 14th to learn about the causes of shoulder pain and pain relief options. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
Right now, it's the official first day of school for Madison students and many others. How districts are dealing with the heat.
Plus, a string of vandalism in Fitchburg. What police are asking for to help find the assailants. And here's your first look outside this morning. Another alert day in the forecast today, Kel.
Yeah, steamy start to our Tuesday now. We are looking at temperatures in the 70s. There is some relief from the heat. We'll talk about it coming up.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning on a Tuesday. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Leah Lynchine. Thanks for waking up with us. Maybe your students are headed back to school today. Well, Madison schools are making sure that they stay cool with a bunch of precautions. Most of their schools do not have air conditioning.
Yeah, and it's going to be the humidity today that's going to be the real impact. Kelly, what's it going to feel like today?
It could get as high as 98, so... Oof. Yeah, it's going to be hot for the kids headed off to the bus stop this morning and obviously headed home from school and right when you're in school as well. And we're getting off to that sticky start this morning. In fact, once you walk outside, you're going to notice that humidity. You can probably start sweating right away. Temperatures in the mid-70s. We do have a first warn alert day because of that high heat. High temperature of 92. The record today is 93. Get very close to that, but when you factor in that humidity, 93 to 98, and don't forget about the fire danger because of the ongoing drought. Even though we do have a lot of humidity out there, everything is just bone dry. We desperately need some rain. Look at sunshine today. A band of clouds rolling in early this afternoon may actually help a little bit, block out some of the sun, and there will be a noticeable breeze. We'll get back in the sunshine later this afternoon. I think that's when we'll see our peak heating around 4 to 5 o'clock, and that's when the heat index will be topping out in the mid to upper 90s. 75 right now. At least there's a southerly wind right now at 8 miles per hour already at the noon hour into the mid 80s. Want to take a look at our first warn traffic on this first day back to school for many. Thankfully, we don't have any conditions on the roads to report that are causing any delays. So if you are on the belt line, looking at folks headed pretty much at posted speeds. Also, if you are headed in from Sun Prairie, looking at the speeds fairly good as well. It's northbound to PD to the Beltline should take you about 14 minutes.
All right, Kelly Slifka, thanks for keeping track of that for us. We appreciate it. Let's take a live look now at the DNR fire risk map. You can see all that orange for the southern half of Wisconsin, really. That designates a very high fire risk. Heat and exceptionally dry conditions play a factor here. The drought monitor, by the way, from last week shows the extreme drought area growing. We'll get an update on Thursday. It's likely not going to look any better. The DNR is asking for people to avoid burning outdoors until these conditions improve.
Keep in mind, there's also a chance of storms overnight. You can stay ahead of that with our Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app. Download it wherever you get your apps.
All right, it'll be a steamy first day for kids across Wisconsin and right here in Madison.
MMSD is planning ahead for the first day of classes for all students. Josh Breiter's live outside of Cesar Chavez Elementary School this morning, and they're taking some steps to make sure that the kids stay cool today.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, the first day of school coming in really super hot on this day, on this Tuesday. And, you know, they're looking ahead and being proactive because typically they're not seeing these temperatures at this time of the year. So one of the things is for those schools that don't have air conditioning, unlike Chavez Elementary School, they're going to have cooling stations in place. What that means is some of those central libraries or gyms that do have that air conditioning, they're going to be rotating students throughout that space throughout the entire day. They're also going to have water bottles on hand for those students that may not have access to some on their own. And one of the things that they've been trying to implement in every school is having water bottle filling stations. So if you're a parent, maybe think about sending that extra water bottle with your student today so they can try to stay hydrated on their own. But of course, the district is trying to be proactive with all of those measures in place. The first day of school for all students here at Madison, some already started on Friday, but all students will be back into the district. A lot of other schools going back today. So do keep in mind those safety measures as you are heading back. And coming up in about 10 minutes, we're going to be speaking to the deputy superintendent here at the Madison School District about his excitement following the return of the school year and any advice he has for parents and students. Guys.
All right. This is also a good time to remind drivers out there this morning. There are going to be kiddos walking around the neighborhood.
Good point. Very good
and
point.
And those school crosswalks.
Oh, big time.
We're so used to our daily routines that we may not think about that when we're driving to work or if you're headed to school this morning. So please keep an eye out for those little ones trying to get safely to class. Josh Ryder, we'll talk to you again here in just a little bit. You know, also with back to school, you know, there are a lot of new faces, whether that's students, teachers. MMSDs, though, dealing with a different problem. Our Charlotte Deleste and Brianna Bialik show us how teachers in MMSD are addressing a high principal turnover rate.
I feel bad for the kids.
Emily Harris is one of the constants at Kennedy Elementary.
They're the ones who really lose out.
She's entering her 6th year as a teacher at the same school she sent her kids.
School really should be a place where they can count on certain things. And they can count on the teacher that they see at the beginning of the year is going to be their teacher at the end of the year. You know, the principal who greets them off the bus at the beginning of the year is going to be there all year.
But it seems the only constant these days is change, especially when it comes to Madison school principals. In her 6 years here, she's served under 4 different leaders.
Like, nobody wants to stick around to make sure things get done.
Wisconsin joins the nation in high numbers of principals leaving their post. The turnover rate since the pandemic is as high as 18%, and our state mirrors that. But the Madison School District is seeing numbers like 38% turnover. That was last year.
When you have frequent change, we do know from the research that that does have an impact on teachers, but also, most importantly, on students. So it is also disruptive to children.
UW Clinic professor Barbara Schromick is well aware of the impacts as a former teacher and superintendent herself. Still, she says parents should trust their school districts.
We have competent, highly qualified leaders who want to lead our schools, and we entrust the care of our children to those leaders every day.
Teachers like Emily aren't convinced.
You can't overstate the importance of stability and staffing in public schools, because the community needs to know who's in their school and have connections with the teachers and the administrators.
Change in the classroom may be inevitable, but she hopes it can be for the better.
But I do know that we need to do better for our kids and my kids.
That was Charlotte Deleste and Brianna Bialik reporting there. You can find all of our back-to-school content and tips at channel3000.com/back-to-school or on our News 3 Now mobile app.
More local news now. We're getting a look at the number of police and paramedic calls during the season opener for the Badger football team. Here's a breakdown. Paramedics responded to 36 calls in all. 9 people had to be rushed to the hospital by ambulance. 250 people sought medical attention at the stadium's on-site cooling centers during that heat. And police issued 8 citations, all to UW students. They arrested 6 and kicked 14 people out. Happening now on another side of town, Fitchburg police are investigating a string of vandalisms from over the weekend.
Our Shane Hogan is here now with what we know this morning. Shane, it seems like these all happened in the exact same neighborhood.
Yeah, Chris, that's right. All happening in the Seminole Hills neighborhood off of McKee Road, happening Sunday night into Monday. Residents there reported having their car tires slashed and swastikas and other symbols carved into some of those vehicles there. Now, despite the swastikas, police do not believe the vandalism was targeted or hate-based. Patio furniture in that area also damaged. Police now are looking for additional evidence, including any possible doorbell video footage. So if you live in this neighborhood and have that kind of footage or any other information, you can call the Fitchburg Police Department at the number on your screen. That's 608-270-4300. Tips can also be shared anonymously with the Madison Area Crime Stoppers. And again, we'll continue to follow this investigation to learn more about why that neighborhood and if the police have any suspects.
Boy, not something you want to wake up to, especially on what's supposed to be a nice long weekend, Shane.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, unfortunate there, especially all happening in that same neighborhood. But we'll see if police learn any more.
Shane Hogan, thank you very much. New information now on the number of people traveling over the Labor Day weekend. It's setting records this morning. The TSA says a new air travel record is now set for all of summer. More than 227 people have been screened at airports since Memorial Day. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says flight cancellations are also on the decline. Still, around 25% of flights arrived late by about an average of an hour, according to the website FlightAware.
There's now an effort underway to bring back some wildlife that used to roam in Wisconsin. In North Carolina, plans are in place to boost the population of the red wolf. The top predator's territory at one time stretched from central Texas all the way up to southern Wisconsin and as far east as New York. Now there are only as many as a couple of dozen red wolves on refuges in North Carolina. A plan from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service partially reimburses landowners in the wolf recovery area for habitat enhancements that'll help attract food sources for the wolves.
First Lady Jill Biden is experiencing mild symptoms this morning after testing positive for COVID. This comes just 4 days after her visit to Madison. The White House says she's resting at their family home in Delaware. President Biden is currently testing negative. Both the president and First Lady contracted COVID last summer, too.
Well, with the high temp in the 90s today, here's a reminder that cooler weather will eventually get here. Check this out. This is from the higher elevations of Salt Lake City, Utah. They got a nice little dusting of snow. Although meteorologists in the area say snow is not an early indicator of a snowy winter. Folks there say it's rather common this time of year to get a few dustings.
It is so funny to me to see this, while meanwhile we're sweating walking outside at 3 a.m. It's so hot here.
Right. You know, to think here in a couple of months, this is going to be why we live here. We love this kind of weather. Don't get us wrong.
Costco predicted this. They've got their Christmas tree ornaments already out.
Don't get me started on that stuff.
We won't. We won't. All right, it is 6:40. Kelly, what's it looking like outside?
Not like that at all. It's definitely going to be heating up today. We're looking at temperatures to soar back in the 90s, but there is some relief. Going to feel like fall later this week. Well, the first warm forecast coming up.
Certainly not feeling like Christmas out there, but you could say it's like Christmas morning for all of those students and teachers heading back for the first day of school here at Madison schools. Coming up next in the 608, we're going to be talking to the deputy superintendent about the excitement around the big day.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC turn your design dreams into reality. With customized solutions and quality products, our passion and expertise will help turn your room into a dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
At Lawton Cates, being prepared and confronting every aspect of your injury case with honesty, integrity, and innovative solutions has earned us a reputation for excellence in representing the injured. Because at Lawton Cates, your life counts.
Everywhere you go, it seems like folks are struggling with joint pain and old injuries and arthritis. Here, let me help you with that.
Help with pain is on the way. QC Kinetics uses regenerative therapies, natural biologics, and concentrates them directly at the pain in your hips, knees, shoulder, or back, helping restore your quality of life.
This guy's not going to show up at your tailgate party and lend a hand. You might want to go ahead and call QC Kinetics and tell them Emmett sent you.
Get 11% off your next painting project at Menards. Improve your home's curb appeal with Ultra Exterior Paint. It's a paint and primer in one that resists cracking and peeling to maintain appearance. A gallon starts at $25.79 after rebate. Paramount Exterior Paint and Primer is designed to exceed your performance expectations. The most advanced protection you can get in true one-coat coverage. Right now, a gallon of flat is $47.96 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Goddesses, I bring the vitality of sun.
And I the sea. I took the kids swimming, hit up the farmer's market, and crushed my sales call. Typical Tuesday.
Awaken your inner goddess with Vitafusion's expertly crafted assortment of delicious and nutritious gummies.
Oh, and I brought cupcakes.
More shopping? You should watch your spending, honey.
I'm saving with Liberty Mutual, Mom. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Check it out. You could save $700 just by switching.
Ooh. I'll look into that. Let me put a reminder on my phone. Save $700.
Pick up Dad from airport.
Oh.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
From damaging drought to catastrophic flooding and severe storms in every season, the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gives you a deeper understanding of Wisconsin's ever-changing weather with special reports that go beyond the barometer. Only on News 3 Now.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canulti here. Alert days are ahead for high heat and humidity. Stay safe, hydrate, and avoid outdoor activities. Wear light clothes, use air conditioning, check neighbors, and track the weather on the News 3 Now or First Warn Weather app.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
All right, good morning. The sun is now officially up, and it's already starting to warm up. Once you walk outside, you might already be sweating, can feel the humidity in the air, and that's going to create some high heat indices later today. Now, typically we get the hottest temperature, at least this time of the year, around 4 o'clock or so. As you get closer to the summer solstice at the end of June, it's usually a little bit closer to 5. But right around now, that's when the peak heat index is expected to be in the high category. Looking at that heat index to get in the mid to upper 90s today. So not only the temperature in the low 90s, but when you factor in the humidity, it's going to feel worse than that. Therefore, we do have that first warn alert day today, all of southern Wisconsin. The record high today for the 5th of September is 93. We're forecasting a high of 92, of course, with that heat index in the mid to upper 90s. And don't forget about our fire danger, obviously, with the drought ongoing and all the heat that we had this weekend just basically sucked all the moisture out of the ground. Didn't even have that much to begin with. So this will be the last day of the heat, though. It looks like things will definitely be improving over the next couple of days. The cold front will be moving in tonight. Out ahead of it, we do have a chance of some showers. Take a look at that coming up, but not expecting a whole lot of rain out of that, but it will definitely bring us some cooler weather. Temperatures may struggle to get up to 70 by Thursday. Today, though, 92 degrees. There's that record high of 93 set back in 1922. That could be going by the wayside. We're out ahead of the front right now. That cold front is up to the north across Minnesota, but it's running into this heat dome that we have here, so it's acting like a roadblock, not really moving into it yet, but eventually they'll have enough of a push that we should see that cold front arrive. So we're under this heat dome for now. You can see how it's starting to slide on to the east as we go through later today, tonight. That's when we'll get into some of that cooler air, cooler Canadian air, definitely dropping that humidity, and the temperatures will drop tomorrow afternoon, and we'll be under that cool air going through the rest of the week. Temperatures will rebound a little bit this weekend, but still nothing like what we're seeing today. 75 right now in Madison, and also Janesville, 71 in Watertown, Mineral Point at 70. So a muggy start to the morning, 72 in Wanakee, 73 in Sun Prairie, and Stoughton right now at 73. Looking at sunshine this morning, a band of clouds rolling in. It looks like during the afternoon hours. That may help at least block some of the sun, give you a little bit of relief. Southerly wind as well at 10 to 20, but with that sun returning later today, temperatures soaring into lower 90s. This evening's just going to be muggy, should be dry, but noticing some storms off to the north and west, up there toward La Crosse, Eau Claire area. Some of those trying to move into the Madison area after midnight, but a lot of that does look like it will weaken as it moves toward Madison. And then we will see some cooler air wrapping in and maybe a shower or two going into tomorrow afternoon, but it does not look like much at all. First warm forecast alert day today, but this is the last one of the series of 4 that we've had. 78 tomorrow, just a few light showers here and there. Only 69 Thursday, still cool Friday. A little bit warmer, really nice weekend, upper 70s Saturday and Sunday.
Looking forward to the 70s and those 60s, Kelly.
Yeah, and the overnight low is very comfortable. Open up the windows, 50s.
Thank you, sir. Hey, we're in the 608 this morning for the first day of school for many students across Wisconsin.
Our Josh Sprider is live outside of Cesar Chavez Elementary School in Madison this morning before the kids head back. Hey, well, we got just about an hour or two before the kiddos start back here.
7:40, guys, and actually the first student is being dropped off as we speak here this morning. Deputy Superintendent Dr. TJ McCrae is already feeling the excitement already on this Tuesday morning. This is the moment you've been waiting for.
We've been waiting for it all year as the parents dropping off, getting those first morning pictures this morning, waving goodbye, saying goodbye to their student. It is definitely an exciting time out here.
You know, this is what you are in education for, is working for these kids, right? So to be able to see these kids getting access to, you know, your district, it's a big deal.
And it's a huge deal. It's exciting. I think there's a lot of excitement going on around the district right now. And so we're just truly excited to welcome our scholars back here on our first day here today. We're excited to have them back. Parents, we hope that you are excited to send them off and welcome and send them to us.
And I think a lot of those folks thrive on that routine, which is a good thing for these students to be able to get back into.
I think so too. It helps our students as well. We know that they've had a great time off, but we are hoping that they're ready to come back to us and get ready back into the swing of learning things this year.
What are some of the things you're looking forward to most here in this 2023-24 school year?
I think most of the part, we start about the things that we're just excited about as far as our referendum work. We're truly excited to see the students in so many new spaces, particularly at our high schools where we've been really doing a lot of work. We're also excited about a lot of our curriculum adoption that we've been going on across the district this year, leaning into our middle school work, which we're excited about. Also, you know, we also have an opportunity for our community to really get their voice in with our superintendent search that's going on the first week in October, having those panels to have families to be able to come in to lift and talk about who their next superintendent's going to be. So I'm just excited. It's a lot of good stuff going on, but at the same time, I'm mostly excited to be able to have students in buildings every day.
Yeah, this is going to be a big day for a lot of folks. You know, what's your best advice for those students that will be walking through the doors for the first time today?
I think walk in and be who you are. I think that's the most important thing, is that you're about to be a part of a community that's going to be an extension of who you are. So embrace that. And whatever it is you're thinking about, make sure you meet new people, network, all those good things that probably your parents have been telling you already, but just truly come in and have an enjoyable day.
Dr. T.J. McCray, we appreciate your time here this morning.
Thank you. It's been a blast.
It has
Early
been.
morning blast.
Early morning, but hey, it's going to be a big day.
Yes.
We love to see it. All right, remember, we are your back-to-school resource here on News 3 Now. You can go up to our website, channel3000.com. Click the tab on the top of the homepage, and you'll be able to see all of our stories gearing you up and getting you ready for this brand new school year, guys. Again, under an hour before the start of class here at Chavez Elementary. It's going to be a beautiful day.
Big day and a hot one at that. Josh Breiter, thank you very much. 6:50 coming up in the morning sprint. New video of the moment a dock collapsed at the UW Union.
And if you've got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Action! Get up to 60% off list prices on hundreds of items at the huge Labor Day sale at Slumberland Furniture. This awesome reclining sectional comes with a free recliner. How about a Lazy Boy recliner as low as $398? Do not miss this one.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Pick and Save, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
You work hard enough. Take a load off this Labor Day with new appliances from Brothers Maine. Celebrate the holiday with unbeatable deals on top brands like GE Appliances, Cafe, Hotpoint, and Haier. Don't miss out. Shop the Labor Day sale at Brothers Maine today.
You wash your cars and clothes and canines. You wash your cars and clothes and canines. You wash your cars and clothes and canines. At the Magic Wash. At the Magic Wash. Whoa.
L'Oreal Paris Hyaluronic Acid Serum. Our highest concentration of pure hyaluronic acid. Wrinkles are less visible by up to 47%. Want to see how it works?
This box represents your skin. This is a macro hyaluronic acid molecule, so they sit on top of the skin to smooth and hydrate. This is a micro hyaluronic acid molecule. It penetrates more deeply into skin to plump.
Hyaluronic Acid Serum by L'Oreal Paris. We're worth it.
When you pull up to someone's house, the first thing you see nowadays is their garage door.
Let Precision's experienced designers come to your home and help you select the perfect door for your house.
Precision is there to help.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday!
Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $10.99, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Do you guys have a favorite child?
I have a favorite son.
It's me, right?
At Papa Murphy's, we make great pizza, so you can make the pizza great. Order now at papamurphys.com.
At Pick and Save, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
I don't know how it's all gonna fit.
Action!
Now at Slumberland, $9.99 gets you a lot. Like a Sealy Posturepedic mattress and an adjustable power base, both just $9.99. Need a twin? Get a Sealy starting at just $129. The huge Labor Day mattress sale. Only at Slumberland.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
6:54, time for the morning sprint.
UW-Madison is investigating after a pier collapsed at the Union Terrace. Dozens of people fell into the water. Look at this. Nobody miraculously was seriously injured. The Union says the area was not staffed by lifeguards. Turns out this pier was supposed to be taken out of the water today for the end of the summer season.
A UW student in the hospital this morning with life-threatening injuries after an attack over the weekend. Police say they believe the attack was random, but they won't know for sure until they speak with the victim. The attack happened sometime before 3:15 Sunday morning when someone in the area of Brittingham Beach found her badly beaten. Madison police are asking anyone with doorbell footage from the area to contact them.
It'll be a steamy first day of school for kids across Wisconsin and here in Madison. MMSD is planning ahead for the first day of classes for all students. District's officials say schools will plan on being open unless the heat index reaches above 105 degrees. Schools without AC will have cooling stations set up and extra water bottles are on hand, along with water bottle filling stations.
Here's a live look at the DNR fire risk map. You can see all that orange. That designates a very high fire risk for all of southern Wisconsin. Heat and exceptionally dry conditions play a big factor in this. The drought monitor from last week shows the extreme drought is growing as well. The DNR is asking people to not burn anything until conditions improve.
Tens of thousands of people are still trying to leave the Burning Man Festival in Nevada after heavy rains closed roads and stranded roughly 70,000 people. Some festival goers are now blaming event organizers for not sending weather updates. A 32-year-old man is confirmed dead during the festival, but organizers say it wasn't because of those rains.
All right, coming up on 7 o'clock, as it is a steamy start to the morning. This is actually the low so far this morning in Madison, 74, 79 yet in La Crosse. So we do have a muggy start to our morning. We'll look at partly sunny skies today. A band of clouds will probably move through, maybe help us out a little bit, at least block some of the sun. We will also have a southerly wind, but still expected low 90s later today. So as you plan on your day, count on those temperatures to really soar. Temperatures in the lower 90s today. The heat index in the mid to upper 90s. Tomorrow, we do get some relief. We have the alert day today for the heat and also that fire danger. Chance of rain later tonight. Much cooler for the end of the week.
Kelly, thank you very much. It's going to be a hot day for those students at their first day of school. We have live reports coming up in about half an hour.